in the NOLA, show me the party. Let me hear the people say, hey. I'm in the NOLA, show me the good food. Let me hear the people say, hey. I'm in the NOLA, show me the ladies. Let me hear the people say, hey. I'm in the NOLA, where all my people. Let me hear y'all say, hey. I'm a NOLA boy.
Welcome everybody to another episode of the Lanyard Podcast. It's your man Big Pop, and we here tonight to do our Pelicans season preview. So come on board with me, and we just gonna start by going over the roster. So the listed guards that we have is Trey Alexander, Jose Alvarado, Sadiq Bey, Jeremiah Fears, Jordan Hawkins, Bryce McGowan, DeJounte Murray, Micah Peavy, Jordan Poole, and Jaden Springer. At the forward position, we have Herb Jones, uh, Kevon Looney, uh, Carlo Makovich, Trey Murphy, third, Zion Williamson. And then for the centers, we have Hunter Dickinson, Yves Nisi, and Derek Queen. Now, I think that's a pretty good roster. I mean, could we be missing a few things? Yeah, of course. I think we need a dog rebounder, but we'll see what Derek Queen can do. Um, I think we need a knockdown shooter, but hopefully, Jordan Hawkins can finally develop into that. We need another defender to go along with Herb Jones, but hopefully we have that in the 3D in Sadiq Bey and Micah Peavy. They showed pretty good in preseason, so hopefully these guys can control the perimeter. But everything on this roster starts and ends with Zion. If Zion is healthy, then I think sky's the limit for this team. Um, Trey Murphy, I think he'll take another step to ascend to an all-star level. We'll touch on that later. And I think Jordan Poole was an underrated addition. Um, I think he's everything CJ was, plus, and big emphasis on the plus, because I think that Jordan Poole can be an outstanding scorer, an assist man, a setup man. But I think the player I'm most excited about is Jeremiah Fears. This kid is gonna be special, I believe. Um, just the ability to get downhill, get to the rim anyway, anytime he wants. Developing 3-point shooter. During preseason, he had some nice mid range, so he can control the ball. He has tight handles. So man, I think Jeremiah Fears is going to be. I think he's going to be. Um, I think he's going to be really good. Um, and I'll go over something in my predictions. But I think Jeremiah Fears is going to be that one. And as far as the big men go, I think Derek Queen can be the offensive hub, or at least control the second unit. Um, Passing, shooting, getting to the rim. Um, I think Eves will take a step. Uh, I think offensively he'll take a step. I saw some things in preseason that I really liked from Eve. Defensively, um, I think he'll take a leap. He looked more under control in preseason. It's just a rebounding with Eve. And I think he'll round into form with that. But, in the meantime, what are we going to do for rebounding? And I think that's where Queen and Looney come in. During Summer League, um, Queen averaged a double double, you know. So, and I'm excited about that, in limited minutes. And then he got hurt. So, and now Looney is hurt. So I think we'll see um, more of Queen earlier than what we thought. And, you still have Carlo. I think Carlo can be a good rebounder, um, a good rim runner. So I think our big men are nice. Like I said, I would love to have, that dog rebounder who just, you know, that's all he wants to do is rebound. But we'll see what our big man rotation is. How can I not talk about Herb Jones? Great to have him back. Um, on ball defender, one of the best in the league, if not the best on ball defender in the league. Um, hopefully, he gets his 3-point shot back because at one point, Herb was shooting close to 50% from the three. But, that's something that we need. So, moving on to coaching, and we have Willie Green as the head man. He's what in his sixth season right now. Um, and man, it's funny that um, he's such a mid coach, right? But he seems to be a good motivator because he just hasn't lost the locker room, you know. Um, but man, if Willie doesn't get off to a good start, I don't see him lasting 10 games because I just don't think General Joe is going to play that. So um, another one of my predictions here, I think Willie Green is finally gone after 10 games and James Borrego takes over. So with that being said, let's look at the first 10 games. So first game, of course, is Memphis. It's a winnable game. San Antonio, I believe that's a winnable game. The Celtics, without Jason Tatum and all the pieces they lost over the offseason, I believe that's winnable. Nuggets and Jokic, I mean, that's a loss. Clippers, the Y ball, the rec ball, yeah, I think that's a win. Then against the Thunder, of course, that's a loss. Hornets are a win. Mavericks, I truly believe that that's a loss. I think Mavericks have a squad, honestly. Spurs again, and then the Suns. And I think the Suns can, Devin Booker likes to go off for 50 plus against us, so you never know. But I think for Willie Green to make it out of this first 10 games with his job, he has to go at least 500 or a winning record. I think anything under 500, he's done for. And with all that being said, I do think whether Willie Green makes it past the first 10 games or not, I do think the Pelicans will win 46 to 48 games this year, 46 to 48. And I think that they will be a top 6 seed in the Western Conference this year. I believe they have the roster. Um, and of course, this depends on health, mainly the health of Zion. But I think that with like the draft pick of Derek Queen and the play of Jeremiah Fears, the downhill play, I think they now have things that they can make up for in the absence of Zion when years past they didn't have that. But yeah, I think 46 to 48 wins this year, and I think top 6 seed. No play in, no battling for the last spot, nothing like that. Top 6 seed straight out. So I think um 46 to 48 wins, and I think Zion. I think his numbers would be somewhere around 26 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists per game. I think he has a monster year, and I think he makes his first All NBA team. So, you know, just come on, Zion, stay healthy. I think Trey um, will average somewhere around 23, uh, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. And I do think Trey Murphy makes his first All Star team. So two All Stars, one All NBA for the Pelicans. So that means they have to finish in the top. In order to get that, they have to finish in the top. I think Jordan Poole um, averages like 20 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Assists could be more, um, depending on if we have knockdown shooters on driving kicks and things like that. But yeah, I see that for Jordan Poole. Um, just missing out on All-Star votes, but yeah, I do see that for Jordan Poole. Um, and a big one right here. I think uh, Jeremiah Fears. I think he finishes third in Rookie of the Year voting. I think he'll be big at the All Star. I think he'll be in the skills competition. Um, he'll play in the rookie game. Yeah, so I think Jeremiah Fears is going to be big. Of course, I think Queen will be in there as well. But yeah, top three Rookie of the Year finish for Jeremiah Fears incoming. So yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just excited about this year. You know, I posted it on X that Pelicans, they get me excited every year. Going over the roster, seeing media day, seeing them, uh, 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 playing preseason and stuff like that. The game down in Birmingham is always fun, but they always get me excited and they always let me down. But this year just feels different. It feels different. I don't know. It feels like it feels like we're on the cusp of something, um, and that's great, you know. And I hope we get through the first 10 games unscathed. You know, I hope Willie has a. I hope Willie Green has a breakout coaching season. I'm just tired of seeing this team lose or be mediocre or you know get halfway to the season and now everybody is hurt or Zion is hurt and you know the the roster is trash or you know just so many things with this team. But you know, I think that I think that we finally have like the right pieces in place. I think um I think Joe and Troy Weaver actually did a good job putting the roster together. Um and I'm excited, man. I'm just excited. I can't wait for tomorrow. I got my league pass set up. Um I'm ready to get it in. I'm ready to get it in, man. You know, like I said, I got some bold predictions here. You know, tell me what you think down in the comments. Um, like, follow, subscribe, YouTube, all social medias. You know, get at your boy Big Pub, Lanyard Podcast, and we got another one. I'll let your boy. Peace.